Hi, welcome to this first Interact tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create your first project. And of course, when you open the Interact server, no project is loaded because none exists right now. And I'm going to add a new project just by using the menu. Let's create a new folder called my demo. Right, the project name will also be demo, and that's it, we have a new project. Now, as you can see, there are two main module folders in here, which are empty right now, and in this tutorial we're going to work with the first one, the server modules. I'm going to add a new module to this part, and it will be a sound page, because we'll be adding some sound. First, sounds, for instance. Right, now we can open this folder and see the page that we've created, and by double clicking it you can open this page and add a new sound to it. Let's add something and try to play it. Okay, it works, that's enough for now. And we're going to add another module, and this time we're going to select a GUI screen. Let's call this main display, and by double clicking on this module we'll get an empty screen. Of course, we haven't added anything yet to this GUI, and you can add something by using the edit checkbox. And now we get all these placeholders which we can use to add elements to this screen. I'm going to start with a simple button, and by clicking the button I get its properties on the side. I could, for instance, change the color of this button. What I really want to do is select the targets. So every GUI control has an output, and you have to define where this output has to go. So now I'm going to open the route inspector by clicking on the ellipsis button and add a new destination for this button. This can be done with selecting in a tree-like format where you want the signal to go to. I will start with selecting the server, and now we get all elements that are currently available on this server. I'm going to use this button to play and stop the sound we're using. So I'm going to use the sounds interface, and these are our test sounds which we created over here. That was the name of the one sound we added to it, and now we have all these options to set us our destinations, like play, for instance. Now we're gonna use the play endpoint. You might have noticed that as soon as I clicked on play, the OK button became available. As long as I don't have an endpoint selected for my button, I can't select a real route. So play it is. And now we have this route added to the button. You could, of course, also add more routes to one object, and if you do so, its data will go to several places. Let's rename this button to a play button, and make it a toggle button, so it sends an off and on state instead of just a click. After this, we can leave edit mode, and when I press this button now, the sound will start playing. Let's check on the other page, and yes, this is our sound, it is playing. Let's go back, stop it, and it is stopped. I'm going to add a second GUI element which will be used to control the volume of this sound, and I'm going to do that by holding down the control key and then dragging over a number of elements. Once 4 of them are selected, I can use the merge button so that this placeholder gets replaced by one bigger placeholder, which will be more useful for a slider. Right click this placeholder and select slider to have a slider in there. It's not really visible right now, so I'm gonna click the slider and change the background color to something more like this, okay? And the front color, which is not visible right now, will be green. Okay, let's add a new target for this. And this time, as a target, we're gonna select the same sound, but we'll select the volume endpoint, like this. And now we have to know actually that the maximum volume of a sound is 1, and the maximum value of a slider at the moment by default is 100. So we'll change this to 1 because otherwise our sound would be really, really loud. Okay, and that's it. You can just leave edit mode, play the sound, and use the volume slider. Of course, if you're really designing an interface, you also might want to add some labels, for instance, to make the interface clearer. You can do that the same way. Merge where you want your label to be. Pick label. Now we have just a very small label. Control volume, for instance. Make this a bit bigger and put it in the middle, like this.
It will take us into a tropical type of earth.
And this concludes the first tutorial. So you have learned how to create a project and add some modules to it, and afterwards we've used the properties and the route inspector to add some interaction to this project. And that's it for now.